DegloireSpace signing in. We all want to matter to people in one way or another. Sometimes you want to matter to people because you need reassurance to who you are, while other times it's because you want to make something out of these people, like you have an idea that you believe will benefit people. And then of course you have the third type, which is you want to gain something from people without giving back. Now, the thing is, it doesn't matter which of the three, we want to matter to people somehow, one way or another. We want to be relevant somehow or another. And in trying to be relevant, it sometimes can make us look cheap. I've heard people say that basically when we're on social media, we're basically selling ourselves, a form of prostitution if you want. I don't believe that. I actually don't think that if you're trying to gain people's attention, that is what you're doing, you're selling yourself. We are human beings and we connect through others. We know ourselves through others. We exchange with others. It's not like, if you care about their opinions, automatically it disqualifies you. And people say that, they don't really understand, I've seen a lot of reactionary videos and memes and, I don't care about what anyone thinks. That is an extreme. And you're actually lying. It's not true. You do care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't even have said those sentences. You wouldn't have said, I don't care. Think about things in your life that you genuinely don't care about. You don't even mention them. You don't give them energy. The very notion that you are giving it attention, that you are saying, I don't care what anybody thinks, and you're getting all upset and reactionary, the very action of you doing that is proof that you do care. And there's nothing wrong with caring. Where it is wrong is when it stops you from doing you, from being you. That's where it's wrong. Not that you don't need to listen to feedback. If you're trying to run a business and then you tell me I don't care about people, good luck with your business. If you're running a YouTube channel and you tell me I don't care what people think or I don't want to cater to anybody, good luck. It's called social media. Social means you're with other people and you need to be able to talk to other people. You need to be able to communicate well to other people. If you have a message that you believe is valuable, then what matters more is your message getting to people. You have to change sometimes the package so that people will be like, oh, this is good. If you don't do that, you're just not savvy. You've learned this thing of, I'm a holier than thou, people need to accept me the way I am. Like, come on, man. It doesn't work like that, and it never will work like that. Even look at yourself. Don't even apply it to other people. Look at yourself. Do you accept everybody in every way? There are some things that definitely appeal more to you. And so here, when you're trying to bring out a message that you got, you need to package it in some way that the other person's that they digested well. If you're trying to teach physics to kids, you don't get there and grab one of those 1970s textbooks that have all formulas and no colors. It's highly unlikely that you'll be able to attract them to it. Kids like to see color pictures. They like to see animations. And then what you do is you repackage what you want to bring out in a way that is easy for them, because your message is what's important. Imagine that you could rebrand your message in such a way that more people accept it. And if it is, of course, a good message, imagine how much good you can plant to the world. And you probably heard people when they talk about making a business or even promoting yourself to have an authentic brand. And in that authenticity, you'll be able to reach people that you need to reach. Charlie Chaplin, the silent comedian, he had a quote where he says, if he makes 6 out of 10 people laugh, he's done his job. And somebody asked him, why 6? Why not 10? And he said, it's impossible to make everybody laugh because your sense of humor just cannot appeal to everybody. And you know what? It's very real what he's saying. That's realistic. Variety is a necessity. People vary, and even we vary over the ages. So if you look at yourself, what appealed to you 5 years ago might not be what appeals to you now. What appeals to you before certain experiences is different to what appeals to you after these experiences, because we grow, we change. So your brand need to take that into consideration. And when I say brand here, it doesn't mean you're definitely on social media. Think of yourself as a brand. You're going towards work, when you're trying to speak to a woman or to a man, whatever you're trying, whatever you're doing, you come with a brand. You come with, oh, this is him, this is her. And if you're a group, this is them, whatever. But when building something, when building your personality, your brand, be careful that your aim is not just to be liked, not just trying to be followed. The reason behind that is that's where you become cheap. If you're doing it just for that, and you forget that you have an original message, you have something that you want to share, if you forget that, then you get controlled by them. Instead of you being authentic, you'll start doing things to gain brownie points. And let me tell you, nobody likes that. If you start doing that, after a while, they'll judge you and they'll say that you're not authentic. And then you'll be shocked. You'll be like, but I'm doing this for you. And that's the whole trick. Think of it like when you're looking at a kid, a little baby, and when they're innocent, they sometimes do something. They might hear music and just start dancing to it. And everybody looks at the kid and they're all happy. Look how beautiful that is. He's so cute, Then the kid starts to learn that he's gaining attention by being that. And then slowly, instead of the kid doing it naturally and authentically, the kid starts doing it to gain attention. That child starts to lose their cuteness because they're now performing, they're no longer being. And that's the thin line. You need to balance the I'm authentic, yet I can communicate. I'm authentic, yet I'm aware of my audience. I'm aware of what the audience is like. If you go to one side too much, you'll tip the balance and it won't work. If all you're thinking is of, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, I don't care about anybody, and I don't care about how I communicate, you're not going to be able to connect to people. On the other side, if you just care about what people want, you're not authentic, and people don't want that. That's the middle point that you need to be at. And this applies not only for branding. You could be a good friend with good advice, and you have good advice, but you need to bring it to the person in the smoothest way possible. Sometimes you need to be harsh with bringing a message forward, and that's okay. That's if you deem that moment is ripe, if that moment is right for you being harsh, then it's okay as well. But see, here you use your intelligence. You can't be harsh all the time. If you are harsh all the time, people will perceive you as just you're rude. And you got no tolerance to other people. And on the other hand, if you just give people what they want to hear, a bit what's happening to ChatGPT with a lot of people that I know now, people are over ChatGPT. They're like, oh, he's just telling me what I want to hear. And that's true. ChatGPT is just telling you what you want to hear. And then after a while, you're like, can you please give me a real, tell me off if you need to be. And that's important. So here, just remember that when you're bringing yourself out to the world, whether you're branding for a business, for social media, for dating, you have to present yourself there, and there's both keeping yourself authentic while communicating well. DegloireSpace signing out.